Chinua Achebe, Things Fall Apart. Welcome to the riveting world of Things Fall Apart, a seminal work by Chinua Achebe that dives deep into the clash between traditional African society and the forces of colonialism and change. Readers will embark on a journey through the life of Okonkwo, a prosperous and respected leader in the Umofia clan. His struggles with personal ambition, family dynamics, and rigid societal expectations underscore the novel's themes of identity, tradition, and loss. As Okonkwo's world is threatened by cultural upheaval and external influence, Achebe masterfully explores the complexities of duty, resistance, and transformation. This summary provides an insightful glimpse into how the interplay of tradition and change impacts individuals and communities. Prepare to explore rich character studies and intense emotional landscapes that challenge the boundaries between personal and societal identities.
Shadows of Honor and Fate. In the realm of Umofia, Okonkwo stands as a wealthy and respected man, his reputation stretching well beyond the clan's 9 villages. Yet, the ghost of his father's failures haunts him, a man who squandered his money on palm wine, leaving debts behind. In a society that values individual merit over parental legacy, Okonkwo rises as a prosperous farmer and a decorated warrior. His household buzzes with life, consisting of 3 wives and 8 children. However, worry lines his brow, for his eldest son, Nwoi, seems burdened by an unsettling laziness that Okonkwo attempts to remedy with relentless criticism and discipline. Life's rhythm in Umofia takes a dramatic turn when news spreads of a murder committed by the neighboring Mbeno clan. Seeking to avoid war, the Mbeno proffer a virgin girl and a 15-year-old boy named Ikamafuna as peace offerings to the Umofia. Charged with the boy's care, Okonkwo entrusts Ikamafuna to his first wife. Initially gripped by fear and confusion, Ikamafuna soon finds warmth in Nwoi's mother's kindness. Over time, he carves out a niche within the family, developing a brotherly bond with Nwoi and even earning Okonkwo's silent affection, a sentiment Okonkwo guards staunchly, for tenderness is synonymous with weakness in his book. The cadence of village life pauses for a sacred week of peace, a time meant for absolute tranquility. Still, Okonkwo breaches this embargo, overtaken by rage when one wife neglects her household duties. Her punishment, a brutal beating, shakes the village, prompting the priest of the earth goddess to reprimand Okonkwo and demand a sacrificial act to prevent divine wrath from cursing their crops. Though he complies to mend this transgression, Okonkwo's standing within the community takes a hit, his actions leaving a lasting whisper among the people. Years seep into the past, as Ikamafuna becomes a cherished member of Okonkwo's family, influencing Nwoi toward maturity. However, the undercurrent of peace that gently binds this family unit snaps when the oldest man in Umofia, Izudu, delivers a clandestine message to Okonkwo. The oracle decrees that Ikamafuna must be killed, and warns Okonkwo not to involve himself. Yet, driven by an unyielding fear of perceived weakness, Okonkwo joins the group that escorts Ikamafuna into the forest. Amidst a grim procession, a fellow clansman strikes the boy. Ignoring Ikamafuna's cries for protection, Okonkwo raises his blade, delivering the fatal blow himself. Upon returning home, a sorrow-saturated silence envelopes Nwoi, an instinctive understanding piercing through his young mind, the realization of Ikamafuna's death. Okonkwo, mired in guilt, retreats into a shadow of himself, only to regain some semblance of normalcy through the company of his closest confidant. Life marches on until the village drums beat a somber tune, heralding Izudu's death. The 11th hour warning Izudu gave Okonkwo about Ikamafuna reawakens in him a dread as chilling as the graveside air. Izudu's funeral unfolds with pomp and ancient ritual, a homage fitting a warrior of honor, a cacophony of drums, gunfire, and the lively jostling of men. However, as dusk bleeds into night, calamity strikes. Chaos shrieks through the assembly when a firearm misfire kills Izudu's teenage son. Tragically, the mishap traces back to Okonkwo's own hand. The clan's unyielding law deems the killing of a kinsman unforgivable, imposing a 7-year banishment on Okonkwo, granting him exile as an escape from execution. Before the dawn casts its first light, Okonkwo and his family abandon their charred legacy. The breaking day reveals the villagers purging flames ravaging Okonkwo's compound, ritualistically cleansing the land of the blood-stained offense. A once-honored name scatters to the wind, the embers marking a new chapter as Okonkwo seeks sanctuary in his maternal village of Mbanta. There, nestled among kin, begins the slow rebuilding of a life undone by a singular heat of pride and fear. Clash of traditions. Okonkwo and his family find a warm welcome among his kinsfolk after being exiled. His uncle, Uchendu, quickly perceives the reason for their arrival and makes arrangements for sacrifice and land allocation. His relatives assist in building new huts, and Uchendu's sons generously provide yams, the seeds of Okonkwo's fresh start. Despite his diligence, Okonkwo derives no joy from his efforts, sinking into despondency. In the second year of Okonkwo's exile, his friend Obiorika visits with cowries earned from selling Okonkwo's yams, vowing continued support. During this visit, news reaches them of Abame's destruction by white men, illustrating the looming threat colonial forces pose. White men, rumored to wield powerful guns and enslave others, are initially met with skepticism until the arrival of missionaries in Banta. Among them is a white man who speaks of one true God, the Son, and the Holy Trinity, a message that baffles the villagers, yet captivates Moi, Okonkwo's son. Despite initial disbelief, the missionaries are permitted to build a church on what is deemed cursed land, the evil forest. To the villagers' amazement, the forest does not harm the missionaries, leading to several conversions. Drawn to their teachings, Moi secretly embraces the new faith, only to face his father's wrath upon discovery. Driven away by Okonkwo's threats and the strain of their relationship, Moi decides to join the mission in Umuofia. Despite early issues, the church in Banta thrives, with the clan dismissing the converts as societal outcasts likely to fail, yet growing tensions arise as some converts threaten traditional beliefs by intending to destroy holy shrines. After these acts provoke violence and an uneasy truce, whispers spread of the colonial government's harsh measures, including a court in Umuofia responsible for executing a man who killed a missionary. As 7 years of exile draw to a close, Okonkwo prepares to leave Mbanta, where he has found both hardship and prosperity. He ensures a new compound is ready in Umuofia by sending funds ahead, planning a grand farewell feast in Banta. This celebration, however, is overshadowed by concerns. Elders lament the younger generation's shift toward the foreign religion, fearing it encourages the abandonment of family bonds and ancestral reverence. Clash of cultures. Upon his return to Umuofia, Okonkwo is confronted with a deeply changed society. The once unified clan is now fractured, with many having converted to Christianity introduced by white missionaries. The white men have not only brought religion, but have also established a government, complete with courts where traditional laws are overridden. These courts, presided over by district commissioners and enforced by the detested Kotma, are a source of anger and disdain among the villagers. With Okonkwo away, the presence of the white men has become firmly entrenched, their influence spreading through both fear and allure. Change, however, finds allies in unexpected places. Some villagers are drawn to the advantages the newcomers bring, trade stores that promise wealth, schools that open up new avenues of learning, and hospitals that care for their sick. Mr. Brown, a peaceful missionary, avoids confrontation and instead seeks connection with clan elders, earning their respect. He builds schools and hospitals, gradually gaining the trust of the people and coaxing them toward a different worldview. But this era of relatively peaceful coexistence ends when Mr. Brown departs, leaving Reverend James Smith in charge. Smith's aggressive approach fans the flames of religious fervor among the converts, leading to cultural clashes that stir up long-standing tensions. Enoch, a fervent convert, commits the ultimate sacrilege by unmasking an Igwogwu's spirit during a sacred festival. This act of disrespect catalyzes a conflict that culminates in the Igwogwu setting fire to Enoch's compound and burning the church down. Yet, they spare Mr. Smith, suggesting a complex balance between revenge and restraint. Okonkwo regains a fleeting sense of joy at this rebellion against the invaders, but the district commissioner swiftly seeks retribution. Okonkwo and other clan leaders are tricked and imprisoned by the commissioner under false pretenses, subjected to further humiliations in jail. Rumors swirl through the villages, painting dire images of hanging and destruction, compelling the villagers to pay a steep fine for their leader's release, unwittingly funding the very system that oppresses them. Freed but deeply disillusioned, Okonkwo confronts a stark choice. At a crucial village assembly, as conflict brews on the horizon, 5 court messengers arrive to suppress the meeting. In an impulsive act of defiance, Okonkwo kills the lead messenger, an action meant to be a rallying cry.
In Things Fall Apart, Chinua Achebe paints a poignant picture of a society on the brink of disruption, capturing the profound effects of colonialism on the traditional structures of African life. Okonkwo's tragic story, marked by rigidity and fear of change, serves as a microcosm of the broader cultural transformation that grips Umuofia. His ultimate downfall highlights the harsh realities of inflexible pride and the inability to adapt to inevitable change. Meanwhile, the novel's depiction of cultural collision underscores the resilience and fragility of identity amid external forces. Achebe's narrative powerfully illustrates the paradox of progress, emphasizing the cost of cultural erosion on both personal and communal levels. Through this journey, readers gain a deeper understanding of the complex layers of tradition, power, and loss, leaving them with profound reflections on how societies and individuals navigate the turbulent currents of change.